Hey guys, Cutmaster Ben here. So I want to talk to you guys this afternoon about a cool little project I did, something that I see a lot of scout leaders do that I think you guys really would enjoy. And we're going to make a catapult out of just some ordinary items, right? So we've got 5 or 6 rubber bands, right? I have specifically 14 popsicle sticks, right? And we'll show you why I used 14, and then just a regular plastic spoon. And then for fun, for my ammo, I'm going to use Dots candy. They're soft, they're squishy. That way nobody gets hurt, right? So we're going to talk about how to make the catapult, and I'll show you guys how to do that here in just a minute. Alright guys, so let's talk about this catapult real quick. We're going to show you how to make it, and then I'm going to explain kind of how it works, right? So first thing you do is you're going to get 12 popsicle sticks, all right? And we're going to stack them up in a stack just like this, all right? And we're going to make them neat, okay? And then we're going to take one more of our popsicle sticks, and between stick number 2 and 3, all right, right here on the bottom, we're going to put another one going the opposite direction, right? So going perpendicular to it, okay? And you'll see why here in just a minute. So now we've got these stacked up, so I'm going to take one of my rubber bands, and we just want to twist it around 5 or 6 times, enough that it's going to kind of hold these popsicle sticks in place, right? And then we're going to go to the other end, get another rubber band, and we're going to do the exact same thing here, right? So like I said, guys, 4 or 5 twist around should do it, all right? So we've got this made. We're going to set this to the side for now, all right? And we're going to take our last popsicle stick and our plastic spoon, and now you want to put this on your popsicle stick right here, so that this curvature in the spoon, right, or the neck of the spoon, lands directly at the top of your stick, okay? And then you're going to secure this down with 1 or 2 rubber bands, right? So I put one up here near the top. Right? And now I'm going to take my second rubber band, and I'm going to put one down here towards the bottom of the handle of the spoon to help keep it in place and help keep the spoon from actually coming off the popsicle stick when we push on it, alright? So, there we go. So this is going to be our lever, okay? And we'll talk more about what a lever is here in just a second, alright? And this is kind of how we're going to get it put together. So, depending where you put this, your lever, right, on top of your fulcrum, which is this part, which is like your pivot point, okay, depends on how well your object will fly when launched from your catapult. So, you know, we put it way up here, obviously it's going to have a little more room to fling. It may go really far, it may go really high instead. You know, if you put it all the way out here past the end like this, you know, you don't have a lot of room to get anything, right? So, I like placing mine right about halfway up, give or take about halfway or a little under halfway up to my fulcrum point, okay? And then again, you're just going to take your rubber band, 5 or 6 good ties around it, all right? So mine will look like this, right? So we're going to shoot this here in a second, show you guys what it looks like. But let's talk a little bit more about the fulcrum, the lever, and kind of how that works, all right? All right, hey guys, so to real quick explain kind of what our lever and our fulcrum is, right? So we said our fulcrum is a pivot point, sort of, right? So you notice it's kind of like a teeter-totter, right? You got a teeter-totter at the playground, and it kind of stays level. One person sits on one end, the other end goes up, right? And you kind of bounce back and forth. So if you want to change it, right, you want to change the action of it, we change where our lever, right, sits on our fulcrum, right? And so we'll put a dot on here, right? And we'll just, whoop, see, not real great, because it's not being held in place, right? But it kind of shows you, right, that a little bit of action on one side sends it going the other way. Now, what if we scoot it up a little bit, right? And we put it on here, right? A little higher, not as far, right? And then lastly, we'll put it there, and nothing at all, right? But that kind of shows you, it's like balance, right? So, why does that work with our catapult? Well, or how, I guess. So with our catapult, it's kind of the same thing. So we've got our catapult, right? and it's based on its fulcrum, okay? And then we have our lever tied down on one end. So instead of hitting it and it's shooting it that way, right, we're actually letting the energy as we push down this way on it when we release it to shoot it that way. All right, so we'll put our dot in here, okay? And then, like I said, we're just going to push down on it, giving it the energy. And whoop. Now, my dots go flying straight up. No, they don't get a lot of distance on them, and that's because of how it's positioned. But you guys can position it in different places, kind of show me what you get. Show me how it works out for you guys, all right? But have a little fun with it. It's kind of a cool summer project you can do at home. Doesn't take a lot of supplies. Like I said, I used 14 popsicle sticks, 12 in my actual stack, 13, 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rubber bands, and then a plastic spoon just out of the drawer. So have some fun, enjoy your day. Let's shoot some stuff. Where'd it go?